Thank you to all of our sponsors for making our Computex 2023 coverage possible. Hey everyone, we're here with Be Quiet at Computex 2023. I've got a beer, why wouldn't I? And I'm here with someone from Be Quiet who's going to tell us about every single product that they've got here, starting with, I guess, the biggest, the best, I guess, could you argue?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, what is it?
So this is the new Darkbase Pro 901. So it is our new flagship case, and it offers a lot of versatility and flexibility. So you can do either going with a stealth build like sound dampening panels at the front and at the top, or you can switch to airflow panels. So we have built in sound dampening panels which you can easily remove from the case. So just popping them off, and then you can install additional fans to the case. In addition, this case is good to go with an inverted build as well. So on this side you can see we have a standard system with a lot of RGB, like a proper gaming system. But on this side we switched to inverted system, so the GPU is at the top, the CPU is at the bottom, and you can offer still a lot of airflow while still going with a silent case, because we have side-mounted radiators, additional fans in the front. So there's a lot of stuff you can do with this case. The feature list is really that long, but I will try to route you through that you can get a good understanding. Therefore, we will move over there to show you some of the details. On the one hand, unique feature which is very rare during these days, is we have added an additional tray for DVD or Blu-ray drive. So if you want to install a drive, you can still do it. It is at the bottom, so it's not blocking any of your airflow, which is required to run your CPU and GPU on very high performance level. In addition, we have a phone charger built in, so there's a quick charging phone charger in the top with 15 watts. You can charge your phone, your earbuds, or maybe your gaming mouse.
Wow. I mean, some of the features on this you just wouldn't really expect in this day and age, like the CD drive. What's the reasoning behind that?
So, as you know, we have a lot of gamers as customers, and these are most of the time interested in airflow, in performance, and all this good stuff. But some guys are in the design industry or in the content creation industry, so they still need to burn DVDs, or they want to install something like a hot swap cage for drives. Yep. We offer this as an option. So you probably might be installing a tray to hide your bitcoins inside of this.
I mean, are they even worth any money anymore?
So, in addition, we have a lot of controls on this. So we have one control to control your fan, so you can, by touch, increase or decrease the speed of all the fans built into the case, or you can hand over to the motherboard, so you can synchronize with your motherboard. And the same goes for the RGB. So you can control just pushing the button, the color, but again, you can hand over to the motherboard. As you might see, all the ports are lighting up, so no more struggle in plugging in USB ports, because they light up as well. Let us move on the other side and have a detailed look on the inside of the case. Okay. So, as I said, this case offers a lot of flexibility. On the one hand, we have a tray to mount your fans or your radiators, and these are connected by push pins. So you can do a proper cable management right on the panel, and then just slide it in, and it works. The same goes for the motherboard tray. So this one comes with a flexible motherboard tray. This means you can go with an inverted build, and it slides like a tray. Yeah. So really easy. You can pull it out, just mount your hardware on top. If you have a beefy CPU cooler, just build it outside and then slide it back in, and you're good to go. Wow. As you can see on this table, we have a lot of accessories, and all of them are coming with the scope of delivery. So you have the front panel, which you can easily exchange to a airflow canal. You have front-mounted fans, which are also mounted on a tray with push pins, so really easy to go. We have a big GPU holder, which is also allowing good cable management, because you can route the cables. And this is also fine for an inverted build if you have the graphics cards upside down. So a lot of good stuff, and as I said, a lot of versatility, because you basically can do everything with this case.
So a couple of questions. Do all of these accessories come as standard with the case then?
Yes.
Wow. And what about pricing, availability?
So we are launching this close after Computex in June. Pricing will be around $300. So really good price for a lot of stuff you can do with this, and I believe a lot of dreams will come true.
Are there going to be limited edition ones like we saw with the 900 Rev 2?
So these are not on the radar as of now.
Okay. No worries. So what else have we got from Be Quiet?
Yeah, so in addition to our flagship case, we also have a slightly smaller version, which is called the Dark Base 701. Let's move over there and we can have a closer look.
Okay, so what is this one?
This is the Dark Base 701, and we just looked at the new flagship case, the Dark Base Pro 901. And this is slightly smaller, but it's focusing purely on airflow.
Yeah.
So you have a airflow flannel at the front, one at the top. It still offers a lot of flexibility, so you can invert your motherboard tray, you can slide out trays for the fans, and it has some additional RGB. So this is purely focusing on performance. One important stuff to mention is we have included Silent Wings 4 vents into this case. So these three vents come with the scope of delivery, so you don't need to worry about any kind of cooling or silence issues because you already got the best fans.
So what do you get? 140 mil in the back and 2 in the front?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So on this build we have one in the back, one in the top, and one in the front. So, but you can switch it if you're more interested in pushing more air in. You can definitely mount them pretty easy to the other side. So, as I said, this is working with trays as well. So I've just slided out the one from the black one. So you can mount your fans, but there's no fan hub like on the 901. So pretty easy to mount any radiators or fans. And as you can see, you can go up to 4 fans on this one. And it's pretty easy to work inside of this case. A lot of good and flexible parts. We have a fan hub at the bottom of the motherboard tray, and you have plenty of options to route your cables.
Okay. I think it's safe to say there's perforation pretty much everywhere on this case. So you can see airflow is paramount, right? We got it on the front, we got it on the top.
Exactly.
Even every single expansion slot on the back, behind the rear fan, you tried to put it pretty much everywhere, right?
Yes, right. So it's all about performance, all about airflow, and you can go really crazy with this one.
Okay. What about pricing and availability on this then?
So as this is presented as a very early prototype on this show, we have no pricing available. It will be launch date will be around October, maybe a little bit later. Don't nail it down on this, but it is really early to show this.
Okay, cool. So what else have we got at the show that's interesting to see?
Yeah, so we have another case line, and this is also focusing on airflow and performance, but even more on RGB as well, because we have been a little bit silent on the RGB side in the past, and now we are adding more and more RGB features to the portfolio because we just got so many requests on this. So let's move over to the Shadowbase 801.
Okay, so what is this one and what's it all about?
Yeah, so this is the new case line called the Shadowbase. And in this case line, we have 5 different models. We're starting with the Shadowbase 800 FX. So FX stands for all in regards of RGB. As you can see, we have plenty of RGB options. So we have the stripes RGB, we have RGB fans, and to be honest, these are the light wings. So proper fans with a lot of airflow, with a lot of performance, but still offering good RGB. The case is all about performance, so we want to offer a full airflow case. As you can see, in the standard configuration for the FX, you have 3 RGB fans in the front and 1 in the back, so there's plenty of airflow. In addition, we offer a lot of space, and we will have a look into the inside of the component and the inside of the build as well. There are 2 variants of the FX, so a pure white one and a pure black one with the light wings fans and also with the RGB stripes. There's an additional variant called the DX, and the DX is focusing on having just the stripes, but then having traditional black fans without any RGB, because some people really like the distinctive look of these stripes. So this is coming with 3 fans included, so 1 in the top, in the front, 1 at the top, and 1 in the back. As you can see, we have made a slight adjustment to the white one, so we want to offer this kind of unique look, because some guys are always complaining white hardware is very expensive. So buying a white GPU and white motherboard is pretty tricky. So with this build, you can still slide in black components into a white build, and it still looks very good.
Like go for like a monochrome type look, so you got that, it kind of offsets it a little bit, right?
Yeah, so you have the choice. If you want to go this kind of mixed look, the DX is good to go. If you're more into pure white builds, you can go with the FX.
This comes with the same amount of fans, or?
So this is only in total 3 fans, and these are pure wings fans. On the FX versions, you have the even better fans, the light wings. Both the FX and the DX come with a RGB hub, so you can control the RGBs by just touching a button on the case. As always, you can connect this to your motherboard and hand over as well. Okay. Last but not least, we also have a full blacked out version of the case, which is only available in black because it's blacked out. So no RGBs, no RGB fans, just focusing on pure airflow performance and offering a lot of space to work with. And speaking about space, I want to show you one of the builds we have completed for this show, which shows pretty good how much space you have available to work with. Okay. So inside of this build, you can see we have maxed this out. At the top, we have 3 additional light wings. We have space for a 420 radiator in the top or in the front. You have plenty of space for your graphics card, so this is already a beefy one. You have a lot of space for towards the glass panel, so we have flipped this, so vertical GPU mount is possible. And in the front, we also built something like showcasing, this is a push-pull config. So we have fans in the front, a radiator, and then again fans, but you'll still have enough room to have an even bigger graphics card.
So this is technically a mid-tower, but I mean inside, it looks like a full tower. You've really utilized every millimeter of space, right?
Exactly. So as you can see in the front, we have a magnetic dust filter, which is really easy to pop in. You just need to connect it and then it's fine. We have push pins in the front to control the RGB, so you don't need to worry about any unnecessary screws. A lot of room, a lot of airflow, and a lot of RGB options.
Wow. Availability and price on this one?
So this will be available in September, and pricing goes from 170 on the non-RGB version or blacked out version up to 229 on the FX version.
And honestly, guys, I don't know if you can sense the quality and what you actually get for your money here, but that is extremely affordable. I mean, you could literally go nuts with this. The huge graphics card potential, CPU coolers, the amount of fans you could put in it. I still don't know how you get it all in there. It's crazy. But there we go. Thank you very much to Be Quiet for showing us around the booth today. As you can see, some amazing products coming out. Can't wait to get them into our studio and actually do our own testing and our own reviews on it. So make sure you're subscribed for that. Thank you very much. And yeah, stay tuned for more Computex 2023 coverage. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.